Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I made this cute card with products from Stampin' Up! I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website. I will also have links for the products that I used. If you would like to buy those, just click the links and it'll take you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I have got a dog in the other room chewing noisily on a bone. I hope that's not too distracting for you. We've got our normal 3 dogs and also an extra, so 4 big black labs in the house. So I am using Trucking Along, and you have not seen this in the catalog. This is one of our online specials. So if you want this set, and so if you want Trucking Along and the coordinating punch, you can go to my website and I'll have links, like I said. These online products are available as long as they last. Sometimes they will be restocked and sometimes they won't. Hopefully this will be around for quite a while, at least until Christmas, I'm hoping. It's got some really lovely sentiments and themes. It's got this truck, and you can either stamp the solid or the outline or both together. And you can put things in the truck like this tree, and again you can color it in with this or the outline. It's got clouds, it's got a palm tree and a surfboard, presents, flowers and flower pots, and you can put railings on the side of your truck, and there's grass and kind of a road shadow. So you can do all kinds of themes, whether you're doing a Christmas card or just a everyday friend card. I'm also going to be using the 4 square decorative masks. When I grew up, we called these stencils, and so that's what I used for this background. I also used the blending brushes for that background, and my inks are the Tuxedo Black Memento ink, Balmy Blue, Real Red, and Shaded Spruce. And my card base is Shaded Spruce. I have already creased the cardstock, so this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, creased, and the card base will be used horizontally in landscape mode. So this is my basic small layer, so it's 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, and then this is 2.5 by 4, so that's ready to be layered. And then I have 2 pieces of basic white that are my large layers. These are 4 by 5 1/4, and so I will be using one for the inside and one for the outside. And then this is what we're going to be stamping and punching. So let's start out with the background. With the 4 square decorative masks, you get 4 masks, and this is the one we're going to be using today. I showed you, I used this one recently, and I used this with the paste, the embossing paste. So you can spritz these, you can use the blending brushes like we're going to do today, you can use the chalk pastels, and you want to try to hold it still. If you're not sure about holding it still, you could use a little glue dot in a corner somewhere, but it's really pretty easy to put it back where you want it. Once you get started, it ends up moving. I do want to have a little bit of space here so I can kind of rub my brush on. I'm trying to position these so it follows the lines of the squares and that I'm not halfway over, so I'm not going to have any partial squares on the edges. That should do it. And this one's not so critical for you to make sure that you don't get blobs, because we want it to be irregular. It's okay to have really dark red spots like here. Whoops. So I moved it, so all I have to do is put it back and line up those squares and keep going. I'm going to be covering up the center, so I don't really need to work there. And I'm going pretty dark on this one. We'll see how that looks. And then I want to do a little bit for the inside. I just really want to do the bottom inch or so. If you wanted a very clear line, you could actually mask some of this, but I'm kind of letting it fade up there. To clean this, all you need to do is rinse this off. It's really easy. The brushes are a little bit more difficult. You can use the stamping mist and then really just rinse it really well, and that works pretty well, or just like dish soap. On my original card, I have done kind of a 3D, so I think you can see that the fenders are raised up here. The tires are separate pieces. You could stamp it all. In fact, let me do one stamp right here and show you how it works. I'm going to stamp my outline in the Memento ink. And I have gone full strength with this because the camera is right where my head needs to be. Not perfect, but close enough. And you could leave it at that, and I see I did get some goobers in here. I got too much ink there. I can also stamp, and I like to stamp off for my wheels. So that they're just kind of gray. And then I can punch this. And that gives you a plenty fine truck, so you can just use it just like that. But I'm pulling out another piece of cardstock because I want to do more of a 3D truck. So I want to stamp my truck. And let me stamp the color. And I am going to move this so I can get my head over it. So when your head is right over it, there are some like white lines, and that's where you're going to be trying to get the black outline in those white lines. And there's one on the door. And so it's not that hard if you can get your head over it. And then I'm going to stamp again. And this one I can do here. And then I want to stamp those And I want to stamp again. I am stamping this upside down. And I will probably have to snip that a little bit. So get those tires. Actually, I don't need to turn that, so because I have the wheels here, so I can just punch the wheels. I need 2 of those. And I want to get the truck itself first. And then I want to get the fenders, and the fenders are way down here. And I want to get kind of the tops of the fenders. So I'm turning this cardstock into confetti pretty much. So I really just wanted to get the truck body, the 2 tires, the 2 fenders. And all the rest of this is scrap. There is also, it also does punch out, oh, I've got my finger's black. It also punches out the window, so if you want to use, I don't know, maybe something like maybe silver or something that would be reflective for the windows, you can do that too. And then on this piece, I want to stamp my greeting. And I do not want to make, it would be really easy to make this one a Christmas card, but I'm not making it a Christmas card. And this greeting, it almost fits on a G block, but not quite. So I'm in Southern California, not too far from the beach, and my husband's a surfer, so we don't have a truck, but I do like to send sunny thoughts. And we have this that's kind of a roadway, and I am going to stamp off, but I want to kind of see where this truck is going so I have an idea of where I want to put the road. So about a 1/2 inch up. And I'm kind of going off to the side here. And I'm going to put the surfboard in the truck. And of course the truck isn't going to be there when I put the surfboard in, but I kind of want to see where it's going to go. And put that there. And I'm going to stamp the palm tree. And I think I want to stamp off. Here's another one where I want to get it close. So I've moved that under my face, and then I have some clouds, and that's what I'm going to use Balmy Blue. And I definitely do want to stamp off for these. And then I want to use a blender pen and color in the beach ball with some red, and I can probably pick up some of the red from there. Oh yeah, that's plenty. And to clean it, I just need to kind of scribble until it doesn't show the pink anymore. And then I want to color my surfboard. And I want to color my surfboard blue, so let's see if there's enough ink on the cloud to pick up for my surfboard. Plenty. Wanted to use the tiniest little bit of blue for the window here. It's probably more blue than I wanted. That's good. So we've got the white fender on the wheels. I'm going to put the glue where the white fender is. And then I'm going to put the fender, I think there is a front and a back. Let me see if I can figure out which one's which. So I can put those over. Like so. And turn those over and we'll put a dimensional on the back of each of the tires and the fender assembly. And I think this is the back fender. And because I'm going over the already stamped image, I'm really just kind of, I don't have to worry about having gone over. It's there, it's just adding some thickness. And then you can decide if you want to add some more dimensionals here. I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I tend to not put 2 layers of dimensionals on a card that I'm going to mail, because that makes the post office unhappy sometimes, depending on, it seems to depend on which postal clerk you're getting. So we'll put that here, and that puts that palm tree and the surfboard right inside. We'll adhere the truck onto the real red cardstock for a narrow border. And again, you can decide if you want to put dimensionals on the back of this or not. So this is my 3rd layer of dimensionals. Definitely not planning on handing this to the postal clerk. And decide if there might be an up and a down on here. I'm not sure it matters. This goes directly onto the card base. Oop, and I wanted to put some baker's twine on that and I forgot. So let me do that before the glue is too dried. Should be able to just slide that in. This is going to be easier if you do that before you put this card on, but I do want my bow all the way over on this side. And I usually, I'm going to be wasting a lot of the baker's twine here because I need to snip that off. Bringing in my 3rd hand. And now I can put my truck on top. my inside. And that's it. Sending you sunny thoughts from Southern California. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Home near the top of my page and you'll find lots of resources. Under Shop, you can find the products I offer to make crafting more convenient. How to get free products with my frequent shopper rewards, and a link to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Inspiration to scroll all my projects back to 2011, most with detailed directions and videos. Though the products in those older projects have been retired, you may find techniques, layouts, or color combinations to inspire you today. If you're new to stamping, you might want to look at the basics. You'll find how to cut card bases and layers, and some of my favorite tools. Under Organization, you'll find lots of free resources such as catalog tabs, labels and case inserts, color tools, and much more. More organization means more time for stamping. You can learn about my Evernote notebook. I have a note for every current product that Stampin' Up! Has for sale right now. It really makes finding just exactly what you want very easy. And you can create your own notebook and search through all of the things that you own to find just what you need. Come stamp with me here in Ventura County, California, or get the best deal of all and join my team of crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamps, Ink, and Paper Together. Be sure to subscribe to my website and on my YouTube channel. I'd love to hear your comments. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon.